All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome in. My name is Alexis Miller, and I'm going to be your yoga instructor for today. So, welcome to this Yoga for Pregnancy series. We are on week 5. So, if you're 5 weeks along, congratulations once again. I know this is a very exciting and new time. So, these practices are designed to help you get into your body, help you just stretch out, feel well, and kind of prepare the body for pregnancy, for delivering a baby eventually, or perhaps you have multiple, so babies. So, really, I want you to keep in mind your boundaries. Notice where you're ready to extend into postures. Where do you need to modify and come down to the mat, or perhaps stay in a center posture? Keep in mind that everyone's pregnancy journey is different. So, please make sure to listen to your body and to any advice that your or guidance that your healthcare professional has given you. And make sure that you take breaks when you need, hop back in whenever you're ready. I know we're supposed to be drinking a lot of water during this time, so feel free to step off your mat, grab a drink of water whenever you feel the need, and then join us when you feel ready. I also want to welcome any of the supporters, whether that's partners, family members, friends who are also practicing alongside the expecting mother. This is a very exciting time, and I know that they appreciate you being here. So, with all of that being said, let's go ahead and find a comfortable seat. Your legs can be crossed or they can be straight out in front of you. You can be down on your mat or up on a prop. I'm sitting on a block on the low side. It helps lift the hips and makes it easier to keep the back straight, but it's an option, not a requirement. We're going to wiggle back and forth to root into the sits bones, and then we'll sit up nice and tall. Let's inhale as we draw the shoulders forward and up. Exhale as we drop them back and down. Inhale the shoulders forward and up. Exhale, drop them back and down. Bring your hands into a comfortable position, whether on your knees, palms up or down, or in your lap. Or if you'd like, we're going to start with a breathing practice today. So you're welcome to bring a hand onto your belly, a hand onto your chest here. You're welcome to close the eyes if that feels comfortable, or simply find an unmoving point and soften your gaze. So, this breathing practice is to help you connect with your baby and connect with your body here today. So, take a nice full inhale and breathe in love for baby. And on the exhale, breathe out baby's love for you. Inhale, breathe in peace for baby. Exhale, baby's peace for you. Inhale, clarity for baby. Exhale, baby's clarity for you. Inhale, health for baby. Exhale, baby's health for you. Inhale, joy for baby. Exhale, baby's joy for you. Inhale, wholeness for baby. Exhale, baby's wholeness for you. Inhale, wonder for baby. Exhale, baby's wonder for you. Inhale, love for baby. Exhale, baby's love for you. Take a few more breaths now, inhaling whatever it is you would like to welcome in for baby, and whatever you would like baby to welcome in for you. So inhaling, welcoming in that thing for baby, and then exhaling, that thing that baby is giving to you. Now your hands can remain where they are, or you can drop them down into your lap or onto your legs. And take a moment to simply notice the breath, no longer controlling it. Simply notice the movements of it. And take a moment to set an intention or a purpose for your practice today, which really can be anything at all, but it often answers the question, why did I get on my mat? Take a nice deep inhale here as you feel that intention with your heart and your mind. And then exhale that breath out. Set the intention off to the side, knowing we'll return to it toward the end of our practice. When you feel ready, gently opening the eyes if they were closed and going ahead and removing that prop if you're using one, setting it off to the side and coming into a comfortable seat on your mat here. Good. Rooting into the sits bones, sitting up nice and tall. We'll inhale, sweep our arms wide and up, bring them up overhead, cast the gaze skyward, and then exhale, twist over to the left. Right hand to the left knee, left hand behind your body, curve your head around to a seated twist. Inhale returns you to center. Exhale, twisting over to the right, left hand to the right knee, right hand behind the body, curving that head around into a seated twist. Inhale back into center, arms tall. Exhale, twisting over to the left. This is a great way to start any practice with twists because it opens up the spine here. Inhaling back into center. Exhale, twisting over to the right, curving the nose around. It helps loosen up the spine and prepare for more vigorous and deeper postures. So then it's one of the two of the six movements of the spine. Inhaling back into center. Exhale, drop your left hand down to your side, step it about a foot out to the left, and then lean over to the left, reach through those right fingers, seated side bend. So press into that bottom hand, keeping your right hip rooted to the floor. Feel your right side body reach toward the side wall here or that top corner of your room. Reach over with those top fingers. Palm is facing the floor, shoulder is shrugged down, and then your arm is stacked on top of your ear. So if it's kind of down in front, see if you can stack that shoulder, stack that bicep over the ear. Side body stretches like this are the other two movements of the spine. And again, it's a great way to open up your body and get ready for more postures during the practice. We'll inhale, come into center, switching sides. So step your right hand about a foot out to the right, and then exhale, lean over to the right, reaching through those fingers. Again, seated side bend. So pressing into the right hand, keep the left hip rooted onto the floor. Feel the left side body actively press out, opening up all those ribs. Reaching over energetically, that shoulder is stacked. We're nice and open through the torso here. Palm is facing the floor. Good. Nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. Oh, feel that pull through the top of that left hip. I love that stretch. Good. And then inhale brings us into center. Great. Let's go ahead and extend our legs out into a wide-legged stance, making sure your props are out of the way. My legs are probably at about a 45-degree angle. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we want it wide enough so we're targeting the inside of our legs. So we'll root into the sits bones as we sit up nice and tall. We'll inhale as we lengthen through the spine. Keep that back nice and flat. Press forward with the heart center. And then exhale, start to walk the hands forward, coming into your wide-legged seated forward fold. So a couple things here. Notice hands are here for support on the mat. If you need extra lift, want extra support, you've got your blocks or maybe another similar prop. If you have a block, you can move it down to different heights. You can even come down onto the forearms if that's accessible. Check in with the feet. You don't have to keep them hard flexed, but we want them gently flexed. And we want those toes pointing toward the ceiling as much as possible. So we're really targeting the inside of the thighs here. Last thing, unlike me who's looking up at you, see if you can tuck that chin and try to be long enough, tall enough to get on that ride at Disney World, right? So you're lengthening through the spine, keeping that chin tucked. So you have a nice, long, straight spine here. So we're really protecting the spine here and really targeting that stretch to the inside of the legs. Just a couple deep breaths here. One more breath. Good. Inhale. Let's go ahead and walk ourselves back on up into center. Great job. We're going to make our way onto our hands and knees. So hands come beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips, tops of the feet come onto the floor. We'll inhale as we sink our belly, lift our head and our hips coming into cow. And then exhale, press that mat away, feel the shoulder blades separate coming into cat. Inhale into cow, sink the belly, squeeze the shoulder blades together, feel the chest open. Exhale into cat. Feel the shoulder blades separate. Move the chest toward the hips here. Another round, deep inhale brings you into a cow. Exhale brings you into a cat. Good. And then inhale, we're going to come into neutral here. We're going to do a tabletop flow. So finding just a little bit of movement here. So kind of sinking forward and back, rooting into the hands and knees here, kind of lubricating all of our joints, our ankle or our wrists, our knees, our hips, especially, as we already know, those are doing a lot of work during this pregnancy. So finding some movements back and forth, and then maybe side to side as well, kind of leaning into one hip and then the other. If you'd like, you can find circles. So kind of moving those hips in one direction. Again, really exaggerating it, leaning into the hips, leaning up into the shoulders and the wrists. And then once you've done a couple circles, if you choose to do those in one direction, switching around and going in the other direction here. Good. Any final movements here that feel good for you? It could just be some simple cat cows. Again, it could be more of that flow. It doesn't really have to have a name here. It's kind of those stretches that you do in bed, right? When you wake up in the morning or before going to bed at night that don't have a name, but they just feel really good. And then coming into stillness when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and stretch out the calves. So we'll inhale, lift our left foot, and then extend it straight out behind us. Ball of the foot comes onto the floor. We're going to step our hands about a half a hand print forward. So they're in front of our shoulders now. And then exhale, press into the hands, spike that heel away from the body, coming into this nice calf stretch. Great. So take a moment, depending on how far along you are, that belly might be dragging you down. So see if you can engage that core, flatten out the back, tuck the hips slightly here under. So that's going to help you keep that core engaged and prevent that U back from happening, right? It's so common during pregnancy. So take a moment to kind of counteract that here. Pressing into the hands helps you feel that calf stretch. And even though it's probably our hips and our legs that we're really, really feeling tightness, tenderness, getting into the calves is going to help loosen up those lower muscles. So then we can loosen up the upper muscles and then get into the hips and especially our low back here. So we're starting literally from the ground up. Elbows are slightly bent. We're rotating them in toward the midline here. Let's take one more nice deep inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale, come onto that right knee, and then go ahead and extend that right or left foot straight out behind you and lift that leg. Good. Now we're going to go ahead, if you'd like, we're going to lift that right arm. So opposite leg, opposite arm, coming into pointing dog. Good. Lower hand and foot back down to touch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Last one. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Now either hold here or inhale, lift. Exhale to neutral. Yeah. Inhale, lift. Exhale to neutral. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down to neutral. Take a breath here. Exhale, drop that hand and knee. Nice job. Maybe sit back onto the heels for a moment. Shake out those wrists. That left one might need some extra love here. Maybe rock from side to side on those hips. Great work. We're going to move on to the opposite side. So hands beneath shoulders once again. Lift that right foot this time. Extend it straight out behind you. Ball of the foot is on the mat. Step your hands about half a handprint in front of you. Good. And then press into the hands, spike that heel away from the body, coming into this calf stretch on the opposite side. Yeah, you got it. So shoulders are down, elbows are turning in toward the midline, slightly bent here. Core is engaged, hips are slightly tucked. Good. We have that nice flat back. So again, we're really feeling that stretch in the calf, and we're not working the other parts of our body so much right now. Breathing deeply. Nice deep inhale. Good. Exhale, come onto that left knee, extend the toes of the right foot and lift it straight out behind you. Bring that right hand beneath the shoulder and then inhale, lift your left arm, pointing dog. Great. We're going to go inhale down, exhale, lift. Inhale down, exhale, lift. Inhale down, exhale, lift. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Last one. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Now either hold here or inhale, lift. Exhale, neutral. Inhale, lift. Exhale, neutral. Inhale, lift. Exhale, neutral. Inhale, lift. Exhale, neutral. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, neutral. Take a breath here. Exhale back down into neutral. Great work here. Sit back onto those hips. Shake out those wrists as you need. That right one might be a little talkative. Good. Now we're going to come into our puppy pose. We can modify this heart opener here with blocks. So if puppy pose is inaccessible to you, you can use your blocks here. You want them about shoulder. I'll turn here so you can see me a little easier. You want them about shoulder width distance apart, and you'll bring your triceps, the back of your upper arms, down here and start with your hands extended. Allow your chest to drop and bring your knees so they're beneath your hips here. Good. Now, hands can either come together and you can play with that elevator symbol here, depending on how high the floor goes and what is accessible for you. Great heart opener, great option. If you have a really big belly right now, this is going to be the posture for you, keeping in mind your boundaries, not stretching further than you're ready, and taking care of your back. Now, if you'd like to do puppy pose with me, we're on our hands and knees once again. We're going to step those hands really far out in front of us and then start to slide them as we sink the chest back. So notice how my hips stack over my knees. I bring my chin or my forehead down to the mat here. I allow those arms to extend. I really press the chest down to the floor, getting that nice opening through the upper back, the shoulders, into those all those muscles that sit under the shoulder blades here. Take a couple deep breaths. Again, forehead or chin can be on the floor. Good. And then inhale, come forward onto the forearms, press yourself on up, and we're going to actually sit right back into a child's pose. If you did the heart opener with the blocks instead, remove those blocks and join us in a child's pose. So allow your knees to be as wide to support the belly as you need. If you're only 5-ish weeks along, this probably is not a problem for you yet, or something of concern. I shouldn't say problem. And then allow those arms to go long, palms on the mat. You can also turn those palms up into the receiving position. Forehead rests down, taking just a couple deep breaths here. Feel that counter movement in the spine. We were just doing a back bend, and now we're kind of doing a more gentle forward bend here. Good. When you're ready, inhale, go ahead, come up onto the hands and knees. And then we're actually going to come onto our back. So if you need a towel off, grab a drink of water, put on socks or a jacket for final relaxation. Now's your moment to do so. We will not sit up for the rest of the practice. If you're far enough along in your pregnancy where you cannot be on your back, you are welcome to lay on your side. You're welcome to modify as feels right for you with blocks, bolsters, pillows, props, whatever you may have. You can also use this time to do some alternative stretching if that feels good for you. All right. So if you're able, come onto your back here. And we're going to go ahead, get this clip out of my hair and out of the way. Good. So we're going to come down onto our back. We're going to bring the soles of the feet so they're right beneath the knees here, stacking them. And then we're going to place our hands down to either side of our body. Our gaze is going to look up toward the ceiling here. And when we're ready, we're going to inhale, press into the heels, lift the hips and come into bridge. And then exhale, lower back down. Good. Inhale, press into bridge and lift. Exhale, lower back down. Now you want your weight in your feet or in your shoulders and in your shoulders, not in your neck, not in your head, not anywhere other goofy in your body. So make any adjustments that you need. And when you're ready on the next inhale, press into your bridge. Keep those hips lifted here. We're squeezing those thighs toward the midline as if we're holding a block in between them or a pillow. We're pressing our hips up toward the sky. Our hands are down on the mat. And again, the gaze is up toward the ceiling. We're not looking around. We're following the sounds of my melodious voice as we do this practice. There's really nothing fun to see here. Glutes are engaged. We're feeling that squeeze. We're feeling the burn in the tops of the thighs. You're doing great. Take a nice deep inhale. And then a nice deep exhale. Nice deep inhale. And then exhale, go ahead and gently lower the hips down, coming down one vertebrae at a time until the hips come to rest. When they do, take a breath here. And then go ahead and tuck the knees into the chest, wrapping those arms around the knees, hugging yourself in. Hands can also be on the knees. And again, if you've got more of a belly, maybe you spread those legs a little bit and you draw those knees in as far as you're able. You're welcome to rock from side to side if that feels good. It's an option, it's not a requirement. Good. And then when you feel ready, let's come into stillness. And we're going to extend our left leg straight out to the end of the mat. Foot is gently flexed. Inhale, lift that right leg toward the sky. And then exhale, allow the right leg to fall over to the left, coming into this nice twist here. So we're doing a couple things at once. We're getting a nice rotation through our spine, and we're getting a great stretch to the outside of our right leg. Press into that left elbow to keep the right shoulder blade looking or down onto the mat. So again, we're deepening that stretch. And then looking up toward the sky, or if you want to bring that twist into the neck, rotate the gaze so it's over toward the right. That's going to bring that twist all the way up into the neck. Oh my gosh, it feels so good here. Double deep breaths. Nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. Good. When you're ready, press into that left elbow, bring the head back up into center, bring that right leg up into neutral, and then switch sides, drop that right leg down. Inhale, left leg comes up. And then when you're ready, exhale, allow that left leg to fall over to the right side, foot lowers down toward the floor. You could always use a pillow, a prop, if that leg does not meet. We don't want to strain ourselves here. This is supposed to be supportive, not hurtful. Gaze can stay toward the ceiling, or you can turn it all the way over to the left here. Feels so good through the neck. We're getting a nice twist through the spine, nice stretch to the outside of the left leg this time. And we're gently pressing into that right elbow to keep that left shoulder blade grounded down onto the mat here. So let's take a nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. Oh, I love twists. They always make me want to take a nap and yawn. One more full breath here. Good. Inhale, press into that right elbow. Head comes back into neutral. Bring that leg back into center. And then go ahead and bring the soles of the feet to the floor. We're going to move into final relaxation. You have some options here. So if you're at the stage in your pregnancy where you can stay on your back, you're welcome to stay right here, knees in little mountains, soles of the feet on the floor. You can allow those knees to fall open wide, soles of the feet to come together, reclined bound angle. You can find a comfortable spot for your hands, whatever that looks like for you. Whoopsie. You can also extend one leg or the other for fallen tree, or you can extend both legs, allowing the feet to roll open for final relaxation. If you're further along in your pregnancy, you're welcome to roll onto your side, or regardless, you can roll onto your side, or you can return to a seated position for this final part of our practice. Totally up to you. Find that position that feels comfortable. Take just a couple moments to settle in here. And as you do, begin to notice the breath. Notice how fast or slow it's moving, how deep or shallow it is. Notice the quality of each breath on your inhales, the quality of each breath on your exhales. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your belly, gentle rise and fall of the chest. And if you notice that your mind starts to wander off into a different direction, it starts thinking or doing whatever it is your mind likes to do, it's okay. Celebrate the fact that you've noticed you've gone away from your breath, and then return to your breathing. Return to noticing the breath here. If it's helpful, you can incorporate a mantra to help you stay grounded and focused right here in this moment. Inhale, I welcome. Exhale, new life. Inhale, I welcome. Exhale, new life. Remaining here with your breath in whatever way best supports you for just a few more moments today. I'm going to get quiet for this final part of our practice so you can have it to yourself. Please know I'm watching the time and I respect yours, and I will be sure to let you out of this posture before the end of practice. So lean back, let go, and just rest right here with your baby. Every day, we have so many opportunities to remind ourselves to pause and come back to our body and to the present moment. Bringing your awareness back to this space, taking a nice deep inhale through the nose, filling your belly, lungs, and chest with air. Then slowly exhaling that breath out. Take another deep inhale as you begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Move the arms and legs, gently waking the body up. And when it feels right for you, rolling onto one side, pausing there with an arm or a hand beneath your head. It's here that I invite you to bring back to mind your intention or your purpose that you set at the beginning of your practice that answered the question, why did I get on my mat? Take another deep inhale as you make your way on up into a seated position and we close out our practice together today. So finding your comfortable seat, rooting into the sits bones, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, the shoulders come forward and up. Exhale, they drop back and down. Hands come into a comfortable position when they're on the knees, palms up or down, in the lap or at heart center. Closing the eyes if that feels comfortable for you. We take a moment to express gratitude for yet another lovely day here on earth and for our bodies that allow us to do so many things, including growing a tiny human and doing yoga. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice today. It was a joy and an honor, and I hope to be able to do so again in the future. The light in me, it sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this Yoga for Pregnancy series for week 5. Congratulations once again. I hope you're feeling well and not too much morning sickness. So make sure to follow and like my channel if you enjoyed this practice. If you know another pregnant lady out there who would enjoy doing some yoga, please feel free to share this video, share my channel with her. I just want to support as many people as I can with these practices. In addition to that, make sure to find me wherever you listen to podcasts at Wild Blue Yonder Meditations. On there, I've got a whole series of mindfulness and meditation practices and ones that are specifically for pregnancy. I have one that's just like the breathing practice we did at the beginning of this class that really helps you connect with baby and draw in what you want for your baby or your babies if you're having multiples. So make sure to check that out. Again, thank you so much for joining me today. It was a joy and an honor to be here with you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next practice. Have an amazing rest of your week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.